What's up, guys? So welcome back to my channel. This video is just pretty much going to be about my birthing story. He was born July 13th at 11:29 a.m. So my due date passed. I'm like planning things like, if he doesn't come at the end of this week, I'm gonna take you guys to the zoo. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. This was like on a Monday. I told him this. Tuesday come, he doesn't come. That's his due date, July 12th. The next day, he comes. That night, I started going to the bathroom like a lot. I was going a lot. So, and every time I went to the bathroom, I can see my mucus plug in the toilet. Like, there was a little bit of blood. It was like slimy. I was like, okay, this is my mucus plug for sure. So I would go back, lay down, feeling good, feeling okay. And then around 5 a.m., I got up. I'm feeling like sharp pains down there. So that's happening. So I'm like, okay, seems like it can be a contraction. So I start timing them. It's like, but they're like 5 minutes apart. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just chilling. It's 5 o'clock. Fine, go back, lay down. I get back up. I'm like, okay, this is getting a little bit stronger here. So at that same day, I had a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock. So I had a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock. So I was like, let me hold out until 10 if I can, so I can just get to the appointment, and obviously they'll confirm whether or not I'm going into labor. Because I did not want to go to the hospital. So this happened to me one time. I knew I was going into labor, but this is with my second child. And I went to the hospital, they put me on the machine. I can see the contractions on the machine, so I know they can see me on the contractions on the machine. But they said, no, you can go home. I went home. That night, I went into labor. And I barely made it to the hospital that day. By the time I was leaving the house, by the time I got to the hospital, I was ready to push. She was ready to come out, and that's it. But go back to that day. So I waited until it was time for me to go to the doctors. And I was going to go by myself, but I told my husband, I was like, hey, I need you to bring me to the doctor's office because the contractions are pretty strong. So I need you to come with me. So he comes with me, and we get upstairs, they do the exam, and he's like, hey, the week before that, just to get you a background of how everything is. The week before that, I was 0 centimeters, and that's the first for me, because I'm usually like, when it's time for me to almost give birth, I'm usually like 3 centimeters, and I was 0 the week prior. So I went in that day with me being 3 to 4 centimeters. He's like, yeah, you're in labor. My blood pressure was like it wasn't high, but it was, I guess it was a reading to where they were like, okay, it might be time. That's what the nurse said. So the doctor comes in, he does the exam, and then he's like, yeah, go to the hospital. So I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, go to the hospital, this is it. So as I'm going down to the elevator, I keep getting these strong contractions. I have to stop walking. And then I think I we get in the car, and I called my mom. It was like maybe 10:30ish, I believe, and we reached the hospital at 10:45. So we get in the hospital. They check us in, and like, my nurse was amazing. Her name was Rachel. Shout out to her. She was a real dope nurse. Like, I am so happy for the delivery experience I did have with her, or with the hospital in general, because it was a great experience. I was very calm. It was just a good experience overall there. Like, everyone was really, really nice. We were talking through, we were laughing. It didn't feel like I was in like a lot of pain. I think a lot of that really helped because we were laughing, we were joking. It was just a really calming and soothing birth, so to speak. So we get there, and now they have it to where you don't have to like lay in the bed, be hooked to a machine. You still hooked to a machine, but everything's wireless now, so you don't have to just lay in the bed and, deal with those contractions laying down, because that is the worst. I had that with all my other pregnancies, and I told my husband from the beginning, like, hey, I don't want to. Well, as soon as I start, like, my water break or whatever, I do not want to go straight to the hospital, because I do not want to be sitting laying in the bed, because it's not good for your body at all to just be laying in that bed going through all those contractions. It's not good. So yeah, so for maybe I think I'm talking too much. So yeah, they hooked me to the machine, and I'm telling you, it was 10:45. So the most I did was go sit in the chair for like 5 or 10 minutes, and here comes this one doctor. She comes in, she does me like you get a pap smear, and she puts the prong in me, and she cranks it, and then sticks like this, I don't know, like I don't want to call it a needle, but it was like a pointy thing. She puts it in my vagina to see how the bag was looking. She said it was bulging. As soon as she took it out of me, water breaks, boom. So in my head, I'm like, oh, it is go time for real. He is coming. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm a person that gets nauseous when I go into labor. So they're like, oh, do you want some medicine for nausea? I was like, yeah. Didn't have time for that. So we're sitting here, I'm sitting there, I'm laying on bed at this point, and I'm like, I'm just out, like, for everything to see. Like, I don't care. And there's all these people coming in. I keep seeing all these people that didn't belong there was coming in. So I'm just there, laying out in the open, and then I'm like throwing up. I'm hot. Like, throughout my whole pregnancy, I was super hot. Like, in that hospital room, for some reason, it was just so freaking hot. That's why I was spread out everywhere. So I'm laying there, I'm like throwing up, and then the husband's putting the towel on me. He's getting all flustered, like, oh my gosh, there's like so much to do. He's like holding the bag so I can throw up in it. Like, it's just a scene to see. I'm so mad I could not get this on video. I'm so mad. But yeah, so then my doctor finally comes in, and like he's like coming down. I can feel him. I'm like, hey, I need to push down. And they're like, no, you're only 9 centimeters. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to hold on without pushing. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard, because every moment that he kept inching down, I said, hey, I need to push. He's like, no, not yet. You're still 9 centimeters. And when they finally said that I can push, I guarantee you the way that I push is the reasons why he did not tear me, because I wasn't like holding my legs back with my hands. I was just pushing. Like, if I had to like take a regular like shit, I was just pushing. So then I'm pushing. I guarantee you, I tell you, at 11:29, it only took me, let's say, if you want to put it in total, from 5 a.m. until 11:30, that's what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 or 6 hours of actual like labor. And then maybe, I'm gonna say like maybe maybe 5 minutes of pushing in total from the hospital. I'm getting to the hospital at 10:45, and then baby comes at 11:30. That's only 45 minutes. I call my mom and say, hey, he's here. She's like, what? What do you mean he's here? I was like, yeah, we're chilling. So then baby's here, and then so baby comes out. Baby's face is huge. Insert picture right here. Baby's face is huge, and his eyes are like they're just, everything is just big. So he comes out, and it's just so, it was such a relief. Oh, and when he did come out, this first thing I said was, did he rip me? Did he rip me? And he's like, no, he didn't rip you. He did like a little scratch by where I pee, but that's it. I was like, what? And when I tell you why I'm so surprised is because we're all guessing how much he weighed. So I said like 9 pounds. Husband said like maybe, I think he said like maybe 9, 10 pounds, I believe. And When I tell you they put this boy on the scale, drum roll please. This boy was 11 pounds, 6 ounces, and 21 inches. Explains every reason of why I was so messed up throughout my whole pregnancy. When I tell you I was hurt, like he was so heavy on my pelvic area, my legs were numb as shit, like I was messed up. I was going to rehab, I was doing all of my back, everything from the bottom half of me was done. My legs were swollen, they're completely different legs now, but like, and it's just insane to me how I pushed out an 11-pound baby, no drugs, and naturally. It's just insane to me. And all the nurses come like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? Like, I can't believe you did this. Girl, I can't believe it either. Like, what do you say to that? Like, I don't know, I just did it. The woman's body is amazing. It is amazing. I surprised myself because this whole time I kept saying to myself, like, hey, is this gonna be your last one? Is your body gonna be able to get you through pushing this child out? Because I really, like, the way I was feeling like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I was so nervous about giving birth this time around. And for it to go as smoothly as it did, it makes me want to do it again. But I'm not. I'm done. But it just makes me want to do it again. But like I said, I'm done. But it was just a very great experience, and I shout out to my husband. He made this process so easy, so good. Everything about that birthing experience in the hospital, from the time we got in there to the everything in between, it was just easy. It was comfortable. It was comforting. It was a humor, because he's a humorous guy, and we laugh about it to this day. He like even reacts to the way that I sit here and was moaning and groaning, and this is just what we are. He's done it throughout all my pregnancies, and honestly, I can honestly say I really do thank him for this. He is the person that I am meant to be, and he is just, it's just crazy. He is my soulmate, and this is just what it is. So I really do thank him for getting me through that process, because I don't think I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. So yeah, he came out 11 pounds, 11 pounds, 6 ounces, and 21 inches long. He's gonna be super big. I think he's gonna be real dark skinned, because it's what I wanted. I want to be a little dark skinned baby. And I think he's gonna be really, really tall. His feet are huge. His fingers are mad long. Yeah, so I'm so excited just to see how he grows, and for him to play with his brother and get to know his siblings, and just get to know what kind of personality he's gonna have. But overall, that was my birthday experience. That is my birthday story. Like, it was a whirlwind. It was crazy. Like, will I do it again? Probably not. But every time I said I'm not, I always end up doing it again. So we'll see. I would keep it on a question mark. We'll see what happens in the next future years to come. But I want to thank you guys for continuing to support me. I love all of you. Thank you for still being there. I can't wait to continue to just show you what I have in store. So yeah, comment, like, put on the bell for those notifications, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Bye.